2/3 of the world's believers are in countries where there is active persecution. You should let that sink in for a second. It's so easy for Americans to get myopic or self-centered and think that the rest of the world is like our part of the world. After all, we're not arrested meeting for our faith. That must be the way it is everywhere. Not true. We are definitely the exception as far as Christianity goes in the world. Sure, our religious freedoms are being infringed upon more and more, but you should just pause and be thankful for the fact that we have religious freedoms upon which to infringe. It's not to punish you. It doesn't mean you were being unfaithful. Persecution doesn't mean you were being unfaithful. And if you just would have done a better job, you wouldn't have got persecuted. Jesus got persecuted and he did a pretty okay job. He was betrayed. And do you understand that how his betrayal worked towards his vindication? The worst injustice, the worst act of persecution ever in the history of the world was killing the sinless Son of God. And yet that is the very means of our salvation. The worst form of persecution turns into the most majestic form of God's glory. The same is true in your life. The more severe the persecution, the more God provides for you to glorify himself, the more wonderful the gospel appears. And it's not an example of failure. It's an example of the normal way of Christian living. Will tribulation separate you from God's love? Or distress? Or persecution? Or famine? Or peril? Or the sword, which is the punishment of the government? It doesn't matter what form of persecution comes at you, if it's famine or earthquake or sword or jail or beatings or betrayal by family, none of it will separate you from the love of Jesus Christ. There's echoes of persecution all over Romans 8. You can go through anything and you're not going to lose your salvation. It doesn't matter what they throw at you. You know, making the rounds in the news in the U.S. is Christian business owners that are losing their business license because of the sake of the gospel. Is that the same thing as being beaten and imprisoned? No. Is it a form of persecution? Yes, it's a minor form. What's worse than losing your business license? How about losing your house, let's say? And what's worse than losing your house? How about losing your freedom? What's worse than losing your freedom? Losing your life. So let's jump straight to worst case scenario. Let's get rid of all the middle stuff and go right to the end. The worst thing they can do is kill you. And is that going to separate you from the love of Christ Jesus? No. No, no, no. It doesn't matter what the world throws at you. It all works to show you that God is protecting you. In that way, the worse the persecution, the more obvious God's protection, the more glorious your salvation. The worse it is, the more glorified God is in that sense. The fact that persecution is the normal Christian experience in the world, do you understand that that's the way the Lord designed it? Jesus built the church so that it would be persecuted. This was his idea.
Have you ever been so blessed and energized by a message you just want to share it with the world? Well, you're in luck. All Sunday messages are made available every Monday morning. It is Immanuel's vision and hope that you use these resources to share them with individuals in your network. Share some of your favorite sermons today. Find them all at ibcva.com/teaching. Thank you for sharing the message of Christ.